Hey guys, it's me Donnie, and today I'm going to be talking about the Byronic Hero in 3 parts. First, I'm going to explain what a Byronic Hero actually is and what kind of characteristics he or she possesses. I'm sure you're already familiar with Byronic heroes in movies and books, but we'll get to that. Secondly, I'm going to be talking about the creator of the Byronic Hero called Lord Byron. He was a Romantic poet. And thirdly, I'm going to be talking about the influences of the Byronic Hero in Romantic literature in general. So here we go. Alright, so what is a Byronic hero, you might ask? Well, let me ask you a question first. What do all these characters from different movies have in common? You guessed it, they're all examples of Byronic heroes. Now, Byronic heroes aren't like regular heroes that are flawless, perfect, they're always smiling. No, Byronic heroes are way cooler. First of all, Byronic heroes are usually dudes, and they do not possess quote-unquote heroic virtues as we might see it. Usually has many dark qualities that give off that bad guy aura. And sure, he's usually handsome, intelligent, and witty, but he's not a classical hero. Also, in a Byronic hero, there's usually an obvious internal struggle that's going on in the plot, in the story. This struggle is usually because of the burden of guilt and regret from his past, whether it be a sin he committed or a decision he made. He bears this struggle and this burden throughout his life. And because of it, he's also isolated from society, wandering on his own. Alright, so topic number 2. Who's the genius who came up with the idea of that Byronic hero? Well, Lord Byron, the Romantic poet of the early 19th century, is credited with not only popularizing the idea of the Byronic hero, but also being a Byronic hero himself. Now, it might seem strange that a poet could be a Byronic hero, but he pulled it off pretty well. In fact, that's what probably made him so popular. He wrote his poetry in a way that was so close to being biographical that when he wrote about the Byronic hero, people attributed it to him. For instance, in his poem The Corsair, Byron describes Conrad, the pirate hero of the story, as this.
That man of loneliness and mystery, scarce seen to smile and seldom heard to sigh. He knew himself a villain, but he deemed the rest no better than the thing he seemed, and scorned the best as hypocrites who hid those deeds the bolder spirit plainly did. He knew himself detested, but he knew the heart that loathed him, crouched and dreaded too. Lone, wild, and strange, he stood alike exempt from all affection and from all contempt.
So when people read that, they all freaked out and said, "Oh my goodness, Lord Byron's such a Byronic hero, and he's so cool." They didn't really say that, but they felt that way, and they read his poetry that way. And so that's how he became the legend he was. It also helped his Byronic image because he actually did have a dark past full of sinful acts that he bore the burden of for the rest of his life. And so he was a mysterious man himself, and that definitely contributed to him being and manifesting himself as a Byronic hero. Now, long after Lord Byron had come and gone, his idea of the Byronic hero still exists today. And it can be seen in many books and TV shows and movies, but it was especially prevalent in the time period right after his death. And we'll go over a couple examples in some literature. Heathcliff, for example, in Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, is a Byronic hero. He's a classic example of a Byronic hero because he's very passionate, he's handsome, he's strong, he's witty, he's smart, but he's always burdened with something, and his life is torturous in a way, and he's apart from society. Even Wuthering Heights, the place he lives, is apart from society. So he's a very good example of a Byronic hero. Another quick example I'll throw at you is Edward Rochester, the Byronic hero in Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, who is the sister of Emily Bronte. He's got the classic Byronic hero, characteristics. He has a tortured past. He's handsome. He's smart. He's indifferent to the world. He's apart from society. And lastly, here are 2 Byronic authors that you're probably familiar with. The first is Nathaniel Hawthorne, and the second is Edgar Allan Poe. Alright, so that's the Byronic hero in a nutshell. hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a lot. And thanks for watching.